What's up everyone? In this video, we're going to be talking about everything you need to know related to this Amazon 20-for-1 stock split. So I say this all the time and I'm going to say it again. Nothing changes about Amazon as a company with this stock split. Nothing changes. Whether Amazon is doing a 20-for-1 stock split or a 5,000 to 1 stock split, Amazon will still be worth the same amount either way. Right now, Amazon is worth around $1.4 trillion. Like I said, whether they do a 20-for-1 stock split or a 150 to 1 stock split, they're still going to be worth $1.4 trillion. The stock splits do not change the value of the company. But here is kind of how it works. So basically, you have a company's market cap, which is just how much a company is worth. In this example, Amazon is worth around $1.4 trillion. You can see how much a company is worth by going to FinViz and then just typing in their company name and just seeing the market cap. The market cap is calculated by taking the total shares outstanding and then multiplying that value by the current stock price. So basically what happens with stock splits is the current stock price, in this example with Amazon, a 20-for-1 stock split, the stock price is going to be divided by 20, and then the shares outstanding is going to be multiplied by 20. So like they just cancel each other out. So the value, the market cap just stays the same. So just so you guys know, yes, while Amazon stock price will be divided by 20, right now Amazon stock is trading for $2,900 and let's say $30. If it's divided by 20, Amazon stock will currently be trading at $146 if it were to split at $20 at this current level. And then you will also get 20 times the initial shares you had. So for example, let's say right now you were to buy one share of Amazon for $2,930 each, right? You have one share at $2,930 each. If the stock split were to happen, you would have 20 shares at $146 each, right around there. So the value still stays the same. It's just you have 20 shares instead of one, but all the shares you have are now 20 times cheaper. So that's how stock splits work. Nothing is changing about Amazon as a company. But I just want to talk a little bit more about this Amazon stock split. So as we can see, we have a 20-for-1 stock split, but we also have a $10 billion share buyback program that was announced. So this is really good news. The $10 billion share buyback is literally $10 billion worth of buying pressure going right into Amazon stock, which is awesome, right? That's good news. But Amazon stock is up 5% today. So it's like, while that is good news, Amazon moved up a lot higher than $10 billion today. You know, Amazon is a $1.4 trillion company and they moved up 5% today. So that's clearly a lot more than $10 billion. But talking a little bit more about this Amazon stock split, we can see this is the first stock split since 1999 with Amazon. So that's pretty awesome. But I just can't emphasize enough. Nothing is changing about Amazon as a company. Now, I will say this though. In the past, Tesla and Apple did stock splits in 2020, and their stocks rocketed to the upside. We can see this red line, this red vertical line right here, represents when Apple's board approved their stock split. So we can see Apple had a 4-for-1 stock split. This was approved by the board on July 30th of 2020. At the time, Apple stock was around $96 each, and it ran all the way up to $136 each. But while this is awesome, it is very important to keep in mind that there were a lot of other factors driving Apple stock up besides the stock split. Like one, the Fed's pumping the market like crazy during 2020, and then two, just a bunch of stocks, especially tech stocks, running up like absolutely crazy in 2020. And we are in a different market now, so please keep that in mind. Like while Apple and Tesla rocketed up on their stock splits in the past, there were a lot of other variables at the time that moved those stocks higher. And if we also look at Tesla's example, you know, we can see that they announced their stock split on August 11th of 2020 At the time, their stock was around $275 each. A couple weeks later, it went all the way up to $500, and then a couple months later, it went all the way up to $1,243. And again, while this is awesome, the stock split is not the reason Tesla shot up. Tesla shot up because they grew their earnings. They became profitable. The market was going crazy, and interest rates were basically zero. So understand that we're in a different market now. But going back to Amazon, like I said, right now their share prices are around $2,930 if you were to buy one share. Right now, if the Amazon shareholder, no, if the Amazon board approves the stock split to happen, you will then have like 20 shares at around $146 each. It just depends on where the stock price goes. Another thing is, if this split does get approved, it will happen on June 6th of 2022. So that's in a couple months. Keep that in mind. But that's the main thing, guys. I just can't emphasize enough, because a bunch of people on social media right now are like, oh, buy Amazon stock right now. In a couple months from now, you're going to get 20 times your shares. Now's the time to buy. And while yes, you will get 20 times your shares will also be worth 20 times less. And that's what like a lot of people are leaving out. Like, I'm seeing a bunch of posts on Instagram and Facebook and everywhere saying, oh, Amazon shares, you're going to get an extra 19 in a couple months. But everyone's leaving out the fact that the share price will be worth 20 times less. So please keep that in mind. Now, while stock splits do not change the value of a company at all, what they can do is make it more accessible for people to buy them. Like, let's say you have really anyone who's not like super deep into stocks. They might look at Apple and say, oh, it's only $156. And they might look at Facebook and say it's only $192. They might look at Microsoft and say it's only $282. But then they look at Amazon and they say, $2,930? I am not paying that much for Amazon shares, even though they don't realize that Apple is actually worth a lot more than Amazon, even though the share price is lower. And like here, let me show this example. If we go to Finviz, we can see Amazon's market cap is like $1.4 trillion. If we go to Apple, we'll do this. Apple, like this. Their market cap is $2.7 trillion. The difference, though, is that Apple has 16.4 billion shares outstanding, while Amazon only has 500 million shares outstanding. So that's why Apple is worth a lot more, because they just have a ton of shares relative to Amazon's share count. So keep that in mind. But like I said, with the share Amazon split happening, it can bring in some hype. It can bring in some buyers, but in my opinion, that's not a good investment strategy. Just buying Amazon stock, hoping that buyers come in, because just the other week, Google announced a 20-for-1 stock split. And yeah, while they popped up all the way up, they popped from here. Let me just go to a 30-day chart. Perfect example. Google on February 1st of 2022 was trading for around $2,752. They announced a stock split. The stock ran all the way up to $3,058. Right now, the stock's all the way back down to $2,623, and it fell all the way down to $2,473. So it's like, yeah, stock splits can bring in some hype, but is that really how you're going to base your investment strategy? Just hoping that more people come in and buy your shares for a higher price? It's just not a good decision, in my opinion. Like, sure, Amazon can boom up. It can be awesome, but are you just going to buy Amazon shares just because the stock split? It's not a good idea, in my opinion, just for that reason. But Amazon overall is a good company. If you think that Amazon's revenue and profitability and market share will continue to grow, then Amazon might be worth the buy. So, just keep all these things in mind while analyzing Amazon stock. I'm very excited for the Amazon stock split because it's going to make it a lot more accessible for people to short and, I guess you can just say, trade options on Amazon. If we go to the options chain right now, some of these options cost like $10,000 at the money, and it really limits a lot of people from trading them. So that's why I'm excited for Amazon to split, because I think it'll I think it'll get a lot more retail trading activity, which is awesome. But besides that, if you guys liked today's video, if you learned something, please consider subscribing. I post brand new videos every single day, and let me know what videos you want me to cover in the comments down below. Just let me know, and I'll probably cover them. And again, if you learned something, please consider subscribing. Please consider leaving a comment down below. It helps grow the channel so much, and thank you guys so much for watching.